Hey guys, Gabriel from Ungoes Whatever, and today I have the last in the 20th anniversary One Piece figures from Bandai, and it's Nami. So let's get right into it. Of course, we have our usual stuff on the front, all our merchandising logos and our 20th anniversary logo. Side 1, side 2, the back, the underneath, and the top of our all-important Toei sticker. Now she comes with no accessories, but she does have an alternate face sculpt, which I'll be putting on it in a minute. It's not focusing very well, but you'll see it in a second, which I believe came with Brook. Well, the other face sculpt, of course, came with Franky. So, my first thing I notice is the coat is very similar to Robin's. There's sort of light texturing, but it's nothing too impressive. And this is something I noticed in sort of earlier demonstrations, looking at pictures on MFC. There are these lines in the sculpt that I think just look awful. Fortunately, you're not going to be able to see it when you've got it displayed, but these lines look absolutely awful. And the coat itself, again, like most of the things in this collection, they lack any form of shading, really. There's a tiny bit of shading, but I think that's mainly from the light. I think it is just a flat green. So, taking a look outside that, she has, similar to Robin's shoes, she has these nice glossy green shoes, so at least there's some colour and some sort of shading there. Simple gold jewellery, again, it lacks any form of shading. But similar to Chopper's jewellery, we have this jewellery here, where the red is kept within the lines, which is nice. So it does actually have quite a nice look, breaking up the green a bit, although it does look a bit Christmassy. And that continues upwards, and you can see, I quite like this portrait. I prefer the other portrait, but this is quite a nice portrait. It's quite bright. There is some colour variation in the hair, and sort of the way she's positioned the hand and things. It's quite a cheerful looking piece, although it is slightly on the etchy side for me, on my usual look. So let's quickly swap out the heads. So here's a smiling portrait, and I prefer it very much so. On all my other pieces I put the smiling or sort of alternate portrait on, except for Franky, because I think his original face is a bit more suiting to the smiling faces. But I really like these faces, they're a bit brighter. They had sort of, rather than sort of serious tones you usually see with figures, it's a bit more relaxed, so I quite like that in my figures, to have a bit of a display that seems like the characters are having more of a good time. So let's do some measurements. So, like most of the pieces in this collection, she stands at just over 3 inches at about 8.5 centimetres. Her width, again, is probably about 3 inches, about 7.5 centimetres. And her depth is about 3.5 inches, again, about 9 centimetres. So here she is on a dental shelf by herself, and I just want to say, when I was moving her over, she actually has some significant weight to her for such a small PVC. Here's 1/8 Jotaro, and there's 1/6 Jotaro. So before I wrap up, I just want to also mention, of course, her necklace. We didn't really take a look at that, but that's also quite nicely done. It's quite clean, although again, it lacks the shading. So with this, I want to say, as it's my last one in the collection, Brook is definitely my favourite of them. I think his shading's just done much better, and I think the pieces itself are just, the sculpt and everything about it. Although the other pieces do capture the character, I think his particularly captures his character very well. So definitely a big fan of Brook. And the rest of the pieces, they're all fairly solid. I say they're just above average pieces, and you're paying a pretty average price for them. So I definitely wouldn't say no to them as a collection, especially when you compare them to Portrait of Pirates. You're looking at paying double the amount of money to get the full crew in that range when compared to this range. But the quality is, there is a difference in quality. So it's up to you. So wrapping up, I just want to say it's a decent piece. I don't think it's the best in the range. I don't think it's, near my top 10. But it's fairly good, and it will fit in with the rest of the pieces quite well. So now I've got them all together, make sure to check out my Instagram, because there will be a picture of them all up together, and eventually when I film my room tour you'll be able to see them there too. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.